If coveting is a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
What are you doing?
Texas A&M set to kick off the Christmas game.
Oh, I got you.
From inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Going for a big play right off the bat. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd. Take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Forget establishing the run game. Go up top right now. Play one. Be aggressive. You told everybody all week, we're going to come out, we're going to be aggressive, and they are. They take the shot. They get rewarded. One play, one touchdown. What a start.
Inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to pass, it's Reed. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
Breaks into the open.
Oh, he's a drag queen.
Position, they've got it at the 27.
Your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Oh, they're after him. On the line deep down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
On the snap, it's Moss. Runs through a tackle. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quick completion on the out route. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Aggies want to move quickly. To throw, it's Reed. Pressure coming. He's got it wrapped up.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They'll have to do a better job of protection this time after that third down sack. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. So, guys, where were you when Auburn and Texas A&M were going back and forth in that 4-overtime marathon last year?
I was glued to my TV set. Are you kidding me? That's one of the most memorable games, not just in the SEC, but in all in college football. 4 overtimes?
Turning it on! You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Power football with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He only needs a swim.
Little mistake.
He is electric in the return game, and set up nicely. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Still running at the 40. Open field on the right. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd. because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He'll do it himself. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Touchdown, Aggies! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here comes the Auburn offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll start this drive going to the air. Moving out of the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to...
Did you just miss the block completely?
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got
That's
it.
wild. You just missed the block
There's just
completely.
nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front.
Yeah,
As
being
we
your
said, they
pizza.
lose yardage.
The 12th man, born and standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. Makes the grab down the left side. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Inside the 35. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
3rd down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse. It's the big 1st down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
On the run, fires downfield. Touchdown, Auburn. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Reed. It's complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going.
You have all the
down
room,
to the 36. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Wilson. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
We got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go right back to the run. Got enough for the first. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's...
Picked off to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Running behind that left side. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. It's Singleton. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Rides to the back.
Why aren't you blocking that man?
Third down and 5. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Throwing right. Got a man, it's Singleton. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They want to run it left here. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Unloads to the wide.
Oh my God, that was a horrible
throw. Overshot
throw.
his man and threw it out of bounds. Incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew. But I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's got him wide open. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Smashes through the tackle. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now on the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Bussey.
I said play the pass.
Near the marker, it's Reed. He's into the open down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, and they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Kane. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Alston. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Looking deep.
Oh no, horrible decision by me.
He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Aggie.
And that's That's going to make the defensive coordinator happy because he's just hoping his defense can get off the field there on 4th down. Just get a stop, get a tackle, back the ball away. We're going to pick it off, and we're going to take it to the house. Great play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Tennessee is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Neyland Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Clemson. He'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game.
There he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Auburn with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Get it out on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Under fire. He'll pull it down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Pulls it in. It's Moss. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Quickly complete. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the 1st down at the 41. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hauls it in. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Reed. He slings it deep to the left. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. It's Bussey. Grab near the marker. It's Reed. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Auburn ready to put it deep to start the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Well, really nice catch there, and I'll tell you, ever since Texas A&M made the move to the SEC, their path to the national championship got way harder. If they're going to win today, they've got to come up with big plays in the passing game. This guy gives them that opportunity. He gives them a chance not just to compete for conference titles, but for national championships, too.
Might be looking to run. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Texas A&M going up-tempo. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. Corralled and brought down by the defense. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again. Touchdown, Aggie. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. He'll try to tack on one more. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Thompson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Go back to work on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Throws to the wideout.
Oh, he missed it, bro.
Much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Moves away as he feels pressure. A strike downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Got it behind the line. It's Alston. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
He is delivering the blow while running the ball.
No one ever can't take away from that. And you let me get away either. No. You guys lucky coin. Maybe I'll do it. Don't trust the pipe. He's a fair down. I bet. What is yours? What exactly did you have in mind? I bet that I can beat you.
Gets it to the 39.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Runs through the tackle. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Off the bootleg and rolling out. He'll pull it down and run. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down. Take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open in my disposal.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game. You've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense. And they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Looking for the score.
No, what kind of double is that?
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the
What kind of double is that?
and he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense is expecting pass on that one. Third and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
To the air, it's Reed. Fires to the tight end. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Double is that, bro?
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught behind the line. It's Moss. They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Past the sticks, and he may get more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
He'll start this drive firing. Going to try to get it himself. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Rides the back and leaves it. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Powers through the defender. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Bussey. And it's picked off for the third time today. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Looking for an open area to his left. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
You have some success with the bootleg, and now you got the defense on their heels a little bit in this run game because they're not sure who's got the ball. Is it going to be the running back? Is the quarterback booting and keeping it himself? Can you play action and maybe throw it? Nice job mixing and matching the play calling here offensively.
Across the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Now with a first and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. They're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play together.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown, Tigers. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Tennessee is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These balls have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Clemson. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dropping back, it's Reed. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Caught near the sticks. It's Reed. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Shoots it to the left. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. So here comes the Auburn offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Gets it past the marker. Going the other way, and he's got room. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. He'll bring it out. It's Bussy. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin. Breaks into the open. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. The Aggies headed quickly to the line. Right back to him on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stop.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle.
Shutter. No comment.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. The sweet feet buy a little time. Stands in and takes the hit. He's got it inside the 30. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Moss. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Not gonna pop it. Oh.
Catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Looking to pass, it's Reed. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Oh, my, circle, circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the first down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
Catch in the middle, it's Craver. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
One more play to pad the stats. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruit.